Shine your light on us, that all may see your goodness. Shine your face on us, that all may see your glory. My only prayer when darkness is all around, I know you will be there. Maybe you're asking who can show us something new, longing for hope beyond the pain of what they feel. So I will go down on my knees and say, shine your light on us, that all may see your goodness. Shine your face on us, that all may see your glory. Wanna be close to you, that my life would tell your story. I wanna be one with you, be changed by the light of your glory. Maybe you're asking who can show us something real, longing for hope beyond the pain of what they feel. Yeah, I will go down on my knees and say, shine your light on us, that all may see your goodness. Shine your face on us, that all may see your I wanna be close to you, that my life would tell your story. I wanna be one with you, be changed by the light of your glory. Maybe you're asking who can show us something real, longing for hope beyond the pain of what they feel. Yeah, I will go down on my knees and say,
So, welcome to week four of the Faith Like No Other series. And the topic today is Esther and the plot against the Jews. As a warm up, as usual, we have three bullets. Are you a risk taker or are you someone who tends to stay on the safer side? Share an instant that shows this. Uh, was there a time when you had to do something even though it was inconvenient for you? Tell us about it. And lastly, when making tough decisions, do you think twice or do you stick to your original choice? What causes you to do so? Uh, for our word, we turn to Esther, chapter 4, verse 11. It says here, all the king's servants and the people of the king's provinces know that if any man or woman goes to the king inside the inner court without being called, there is but one law to be put to death, except the one to whom the king holds out the golden scepter, so that he may live. But as for me, I have not been called to come into the king's these 30 days. So, did any of you watch One Night with the King? Well, that's the story of Xerxes and Esther. When the Persians ruled over the Israelites, a beautiful young woman named Esther found favor in the eyes of the king and was chosen to become queen. Haman, one of the king's officials, became angry with Mordecai, Esther's cousin, and plotted to destroy him and all the Jews by making a decree. Though all seems lost, God eventually, providentially used Esther to save his people. Today, let us look at Esther's crazy faith to go and speak up anyway and do what was right, even if it could have led her to her death. Number one, crazy faith can be spurred by people God has placed in our lives. In Esther chapter 4, verses 12 to 14, and they told Mordecai what Esther had said. Then Mordecai told them to reply to Esther, do not think of yourself that in the king's palace you will escape any more than all the other Jews. For if you keep silent on at this time, relief and deliverance will rise for the Jews from another place, but you and your father's house will perish. And who knows whether you have not come to the kingdom for such a time as this. Mordecai was greatly troubled when he heard about the new law plotted by Haman. He sought help from his cousin Esther, and he challenged her to speak to the king. Mordecai spurred Esther to maximize her position to save God's people. Sometimes, when God places us in areas of influence, he sends people like Mordecai to challenge us and stir our faith so that we can fulfill what God has called us to do. Who are the people you listen to? How have they challenged you to walk in God's ways? Number two, crazy faith can be supported by a community of prayers. Esther 4:15 to 16 says, then Esther told them to reply to Mordecai, go gather all the Jews to be found in Susa and hold a fast on my behalf, and do not eat or drink for 3 days, night or day. I and my young women will also fast as you do. Esther knew that this struggle was neither hers nor Mordecai's alone. The lives of her fellow Jews were also on the line. It could take the whole Jewish community to stand in prayer so that the situation could be overturned in their favor. They fasted and put their faith in God together. How does your community help each other in times of need? Number three, crazy faith acts even when there is a great cause involved. Esther 4:16 says, "Then I will go to the king, though it is against the law, and if I perish, I perish." During Esther's time, those who entered the king's court without being called upon would be put to death unless the king would say otherwise. It was a risk that Esther was willing to take, but because she found favor with the king, she was able to speak to him and eventually told him about Haman's plot. In response, the king reversed the law and the Jews were spared. If we go through life, we will face challenges in our resolve to do what is right, even when it could cost us everything. Thankfully, God is the author and perfecter of our faith, who can bring reversals even in the impossible situation. What is one risk you took as a step of faith? What was the outcome? Though God's name wasn't mentioned in the book of Esther, he was very much present all throughout and working in the background for the deliverance of his people. Even today, where overwhelming circumstances seem to drown out the presence of the voice of God, he can put our faith and trust in him, knowing that he is working in our hearts so that he may be glorified. Amen. As our application, number one, today, how can you step out in faith despite the risk you may face? Second, is there a place or position God is calling you to? How can you honor God and walk in faith through those areas? And lastly, what are some things you can do to surround yourself with people who help provoke your faith? What community of prayer are you part of in this season? As a prayer, thank God for giving each of us a unique calling and purpose. Thank Him for placing people in our lives to help us fulfill His purpose. Number two, ask God to give you the faith to obey His word. At all costs, pray for boldness and a strong resolve. And last, pray that God would use you to help the people around you in their time of need. Pray that you would not shy away from being salt and light to them. Thank you, and God bless everyone.
Shine your light on us, that all may see your goodness. Shine your face on us, that all may see your glory. Answer me when I call. You are my only prayer. When darkness is all around, I know you will be there. Maybe you're asking who can show us something real. Longing for hope beyond the pain of what they feel. So I will go down on my knees and say, tell your story. I wanna be one with you. Be changed by the light of your glory. Maybe you're asking who can show us something real. Longing for hope beyond the pain of what they feel. Yeah, I will go down on my knees and say, shine your light on us, that all may see your goodness. Shine your face on us, that all may see your I wanna be close to you. My life would tell your story. I wanna be one with you. Be changed by the light of your glory.